Hello and welcome to Looking Up. I'm Gary Furr. This morning I was watching the news and it was, of course, not great. Um, and I looked at my iPad for a little while trying to stay out of too many rabbit hole chases of people's posts, opinions, and videos. Crazy stuff out there everywhere. But then it was time to take the kitchen trash out and roll the dumpster to the street to be picked up. It's really cool out in the morning here, and it's been an extraordinary stretch of spring, hasn't it? And as it happens where we live, we have a good many trees around us, and animals come by regularly. And as I opened the back door and rolled the dumpster to the street and I walked back, I recognized my mind changed. Suddenly, I was intensely aware of the cool morning air. The birds were singing everywhere, wrens, sparrows, a cardinal, the whole little world chirping about the day. Recently, Vicki and I downloaded the Audubon Field Guide app. It's free for your phone and lets you learn more about our little neighbors. And I think they are saying to each other, I'm so glad the humans are in their houses. But I've been learning that birds don't just have one call. Some of them have 6 or 8 little sounds that they make on different occasions. Last night, right before bedtime, there were 3 deer that just sort of ambled by the back of the house before disappearing into the woods. There's a whole invisible world living all around us. And when I'm in a hurry, of course, I don't notice that they're there. I think that I live, for the most part, in a world that I create in my head. Encountering nature kind of breaks me out of that and into the world that is. I remember for just a faint moment that the virtual world is man-made and it is self-chosen. When you get on those rabbit holes or start following Twitter, if you're not careful, you get in your head and stay there. And I have to remember it and leave it to remember what's real. In the 17th chapter of Acts, the Apostle Paul went to Athens, and he was at the Areopagus, and it was a place where people would gather and debate ideas. And he had observed all the statues of idols in the city, and he told them that he'd seen one that said to an unknown God, and he said, I want to tell you about that God. And he told them about the love of God that seeks all of us. And this God that they did not know, he said, has created us all in the hope that we would seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him. And then he says, though he is not far from each of us, for in him we live and move and have our being. That's in Acts 17, 27 and 28. The happy discovery of the spiritual life is that there's not some difficult way up a mountain, but it's that the one that we are seeking has been right near us all along. God's hiddenness is a bit of a mystery to us, but not all of the invisibility of God is God's doing. The psalmist wrote, the heavens are telling the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours forth speech, and night to night declares knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words. Their voice is not heard, yet their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the earth. The heavens are telling the glory of God. Every now and then, it's pretty important to turn off those devices, the barrage of voices and virtual realities, games, entertainment, and information, and feed your senses with the creation. There's a striking phrase in the story of the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. When the son who has taken his inheritance early and left home has run through all the money, as it always happens, and finds himself in the employment of a pig farm. And Jesus tells the story this way in verse 17 at the turning point. It says, and when he came to himself. Sometimes we need to leave the house, go outside, breathe the fresh air, and listen to creation, and be liberated from the prison of human words and babbling, even for a moment. What we may discover is that the one who made us in whom we live and move and have our being, is never far from us. We only need to listen and get out of our heads. Take a break every day. We're in a long haul right now, and it's not going to get resolved. There's no magic that's going to make this pandemic just go away suddenly. But God is right here near us. We don't have to wait for life to come back. It's here to find today, in the midst of this day, while we're waiting and watching and taking care. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Lift up your head, look around, and take in the beauty of people offering themselves to help. Listen to nature singing. Observe your loved ones growing on the screen or on the phone or right next to you. And your memories are still right where you left them. So keep looking and look in the right places. Keep looking up. I'll leave you now with some beautiful music. This is Samuel Nordland, who teaches at Samford, but also is a member of our church. He's an outstanding cellist. And this is a piece he played for us more than a year ago, the Prelude in G for the cello. And I hope you'll enjoy this. Have a great day.